This weird looking thing is a flutefish, and this is what I made with it. But first, I had to catch one.
Today we got something a little bit different. Managed to shoot a flutefish. These guys are super alien looking, real weird fish, but actually quite tasty. Not something that's high on many people's list, but I do find they have very firm and very clean meat. Goes really well on the barbecue. I've done it in the past and absolutely loved it, so I couldn't resist taking another one of these guys. Managed to get this guy through the eyes, so it was a nice clean shot. Didn't have to ruin any of the meat, which is always nice. Thinking do this guy on the barbecue, a little bit of saltbush mixed in with that. A little bit different to our pesto the other day. We're going to be grilling this one with the leaves whole and the flutefish wrapped around it. So you're going to be able to experience that meatiness of the saltbush leaf a lot more. So we've got the saltbush down here as always, growing like crazy at the moment. Summer is absolutely loving it, and you can already see after we cut it the other day, heaps of new growth coming in at the base, and still these big shoots flying up. So these big shoots are what we're gonna try and take. I'm gonna try and encourage it to grow a whole lot bushier.
So here is the flutefish. These guys are in the same family as things like seahorses and other pipefish, and they're actually widespread all around the globe in tropical and subtropical waters. You can see that eye shot just there. Awesome, as it didn't have to destroy any of the meat, and we've still got full fillets. So we're just going to remove the head as we do with any fish. However, it does make your life a lot easier with these guys as they are so long. Because these guys do have such a cool looking head, I'm actually keeping this head and the tail, and I'm currently drying them and preserving them. I find the easiest way to fillet these is much like any other small fish, starting at the tail end, working the knife in at the tail and sliding it up along the spine. You repeat for the other side, and then you're going to have two nice long fillets there. Now we have that tail that I wanted to preserve. That long filament coming off the tail there is actually highly sensitive, and they believe that the flutefish often use this for hunting and detecting prey. As always, all these bones are going to be going into the freezer, ready for a stock at some point. Now this fish was only hanging in the fridge for around 12 hours. However, even that amount of time did make the skinning process quite difficult. So in future, I will be mainly processing these guys real fresh. No scales on these guys, so it does make the skinning process quite easy. As long as you can get your finger under the skin there and start separating it from the meat, you can pull that skin away from the fillet relatively easily. We're going to repeat that for both sides. These guys don't have too many bones, they just have a small line of rib bones really, along their really shallow and thin gut cavity. So you just want to run your knife along the edge of the fillet just there, gently slicing out those tiny little rib bones that are close to the edge. Once we've removed all of those bones, we're going to slice the fillets down the middle lengthways, just giving us a little bit of extra meat so we can make a couple more skewers. Going to pick the leaves off the saltbush so we don't have too many stems in there, and then we'll start threading our skewers. We want to start with one end of a strip, fold up a few saltbush leaves and slide that on after that, and then keeping everything close to the top, we're going to fold the fillet over the saltbush, piecing it with the skewer again. We're going to repeat this process until we get to the end of that fillet. Once we get to the end, we're just going to fold that meat over one last time and put it to the side, ready to fold the next one. Repeating until we've used all of that meat. Now it's worth keeping any little scraps you have as well, because you can load these onto the skewers fairly easily, and we can reduce the wastage that we might otherwise see. Here we got some lemon myrtle butter I made in a previous video, subtle lemon flavour, and we'll add this to the skewers once they're on the grill. Quick dash of olive oil over the skewers and some salt.
So let's get these guys on the barbecue. Burnt the coals down heaps today. Hot, but no roaring fire or anything like that. The meat is quite small and thin, quite delicate, so it's probably going to suit it best.
And we'll just give them a brush down with that lemon myrtle butter while they're cooking. In future, I'll probably try and turn up the heat on the grill. We only managed to get a slight brown on these skewers just before they were cooked. And then again, we'll be brushing down with the lemon myrtle butter while they're cooking. And there we have it. A little brush down with the lemon myrtle butter once again as they're plated. Crack of pepper berries over the top, or you can use your regular cracked pepper if you like.